So very important sessions. Every session is important. So yes. So let me start. Did you think, speak, and act out of love, kindness, peace, and happiness last week? You see the smile on Brad. Did you not engage in any activity? Well, any activity can be classified now thought, speech, and action that caused you any discomfort, fear, anxiety, attachment. Why are you checking us? We are intelligent people. No doubt, we all are intelligent. So from today, I'm saying that we are starting very important aspects, what we have learned, and then we can go a little deeper. So it will also join with the Monday, Thursdays, and Saturdays session. So, did you think, speak, and act out of love, kindness, peace, and happiness last week? Did you not engage in any activity? Any activity means thought, speech, and action caused by the discomfort, fear, anxiety, reaction, and attachment last week. Don't answer me, otherwise, you'll say, oh, do you think that we are kids? We are not going to answer you. So, did you sleep well? Did you spoke well? Did you act well? Did you experience the sense of unhappiness, dissatisfaction, and fears last week? If not, then you are a seeker. You are the highest level of a seeker. Then the knowledge alone can work. Do you see that? This is how the master. Mondays and Thursdays session are combined. I use different text, different principles from many of these texts together and bring for you. So if that is the state, then obviously, otherwise, so if we are the highest level of a seeker, then only listening, learning, 2LCRP will work. 100%. And you will be able to change your behavior and attitude. So what we experience day by day, hour by hour, moment by moment. Real self-seeker, mentally living from moment to moment, based on these principles. Do you remember, Stephen asked me, I sent in his email, there are 4 powers of the intellect. The power of faith. How it comes? By continuously listening, learning, contemplation, reflection, and practice. Power of decision or a choice we have chosen because of the faith. What faith? Peace is within me. Now you come, your mind is internally reacting. The face expression changes. No. Let me know. I will remain a seeker. Choice. Power to hold on to their choice. I have a power inside me to hold on to that choice. Then the 4th power to control or regulate our all actions, thought, speech, and action. That will even take care of your blood pressure. Ashok didn't smile yet. 4 powers lead to 4 types of intellect. Do you still remember? 4 types of 4 powers. So it refines and our intellect shines with the righteous intellect to live our life daily in personal, professional, social life, dispassion, intellect, the mind remains, at calm, It is not at all concerned about attachment and detachment. Now I'm feeling lonely. Because there is an expectation from outside. That's why I feel lonely. So dispassion intellect, love intellect. That is little typical that I don't love my imaginary ego. I love the entire existence. Then Master says, only listening to the teacher will awaken us. So again, I'm repeating, do I apply it in daily life? My intellect lives in the state with the four powers. Life will change. I apply when I think to meditate only. And then, then the mind moves to live as a pleasure seeker. And that pleasure seeker has an element of ego. Ego has a preference. Dispassion intellect, gone. Love for the existence, gone. Righteous intellect, gone. Huh? You see that you have to combine these four powers of intellect and four different types of intellect. All four powers of the intellect will work with these four different types of intellect. Huh? Are you getting it? I believe so. So I reacted, became angry because that is not. No, I have a right to be angry. Imaginary ego. I keep my right reserved to be attached, detached, blame and complain. So we are not doing anything. We simply hear, we do it. We have destroyed these four powers and four types of intellect. Are you clear about the four powers and four types of intellect? Righteous intellect. In my personal, professional, social activities, I remember, and four powers of the intellect, I use it. I remember that. No, I'm angry. Can I remember? The moment you remember, your anger will go away. Now I'm in stress. Remember it. Your stress will go away. That very suffering enters in our life with an imaginary I in daily life with attachment, with three diseases of the mind. Do you still remember the three diseases? Now I know, I'm repeating. I know you all remember attachment and detachment, sorrow and suffering, and delusion. Imaginary I is a creation of that. So now we will, with that basic understanding, we can go deeper. What exactly is the desire, burning desire for freedom? That results into the highest state of meditation. So burning desire for freedom, does your mind think, I desire for permanent peace, happiness, love, and wisdom? Or is your mind thinking, no, I have to get rid of this unhappiness, dissatisfaction? There are two parts. Do you think? You're thinking the way you think. No, I do not get the time to think about this. I wake up in the morning, I'm excited, I'm fully busy. That's why I'm awful. I will remain awful. I'm doing the same thing again and again and not able to change my mind. Imaginary I with the desire, seeking to remove unhappiness, fear from the world outside will never happen. What exactly is the yearning aspiration for freedom? That I should desire. I desire peace and happiness. You wake up in the morning, and that's why we have a tradition that early in the morning we should chant some mantra, Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. Let these thoughts enter into my mind. Don't tell me, but what was the first thought that came to your mind when you woke up in the morning? That decides, that tells you where you are. Are you a seeker or not? That tells you you're a seeker or not. It's not that the teacher should check. It is you have to check. It is your life. Now ask yourself how that burning, yearning aspiration for peace, permanent peace and happiness can enter into my mind. So that is fourfold practices. What are those fourfold practices? So first we have a faith after listening, learning these gossips for so many weeks and months and years. Now that mind is settled in the intellect, which has a faith, a power to choose, power to hold on, and let me take over my life by thought, speech, and action. But how it comes? So there is a fourfold practices I'm reminding you. 2D or D squared, discernment and dispassion with the 6 treasures. Do you remember the 6 treasures? Samdam Uparati, Titiksha, and faith. Faith is there. Titiksha, faith, and Samadhan. So means that calm and relaxed mind is living in a higher level of awareness. You see that why we relax in the few steps in the beginning of meditation, because we want to live into the state of the calm and relax. So what that relaxation state does, it helps me to live at a little higher level of awareness so that I can contemplate, I can reflect on it. Why I want to get rid of the attachment and detachment? Because that further takes my mind to a little higher level of awareness. No, I live from moment to moment. It will not work. No, I reacted, because I'm very busy. It will not work. I'm very busy because of attachment and detachment. Find out. So, moksho me bhuyat iti iksha. Master says, I should think that I want permanent peace and happiness, and then see, is the mind creating any conflict? No, it is not creating a conflict. It wants to support that. Then obviously I am ready for it. Absence of faith. Mind cannot tolerate self-inquiry. I'm repeating it. Find out in your last week. Absence of faith that I talked about, the power of faith in the intellect. There he was saying Shraddha. It is the Shraddha in Sanskrit language. Absence of faith comes by lot of contemplation and reflection. The mind is 100% clear. So that knowledge is realized in the mind becomes the faith. So no, you wake up in the morning, I want permanent peace and happiness. So what I'm saying, absence of faith, mind cannot tolerate self-inquiry. That I'm the real self. Why the mind cannot tolerate? The mind will run after the attachment and detachment. Will run after the sorrow and the suffering. Will continue to seek objects, things, people to remove unhappiness. Objects to remove unhappiness. But that object does not contain happiness, so you will not get it. The mind will create a cycle. Insecurity, dissatisfaction, unhappiness. So that is why I said fourfold practices. But again the question, again the doubt comes, how to become the highest seeker? Listening, learning. Continue listening, learning until the mind changes through contemplation and reflection. The intellect results, intellect creates that faith, and then you do the practice. So what level of a seeker we are? Highest level of a seeker, middle level, or lowest level of a seeker depends on the regular practice, discernment, and dispassion with the 66 treasures. Daily life means what your experiences in daily living, by thought, by speech, by action. From waking up, welcoming the sun, not saying bad morning, eating and taking shower, every moment of your life, every moment of life. Internally, that knowledge is settled. That is what the faith is. So it is an applied faith. Huh? It is not, no, I have a faith in me, I will do it. No. You know it. It is an applied faith. It is an active faith. You have a sound sleep. You are the highest seeker. The moment the mind attacks, mind will attack. It also attacks me. Why? Because of trillions of impressions is already buried in the mind. But before you feel the sensation it attacks, you withdraw yourself. Why? You have a faith. You are aware. The moment the mind attacks you with the fear, insecurity, unhappiness, dissatisfaction, intellect says faith with the real self, invokes 4 powers of the thinking. It is gone. And if you are not a seeker means imaginary I, imaginary desire, seeking peace from the objects, from the people in the world. What will be the result? We already know. It may be anger, awfully busy, hesitation, reaction, blame, complaint, everything comes into the mind. Are you getting it? You see that I'm combining all these principles to help you gain a deeper insight. And now that you reacted today, and then you wake up in the morning, there is bound to be a bad morning. Think of it. Bound to be a worse morning. No. And then one reaction gives rise to second reaction, third, and the whole day passes in a mess. How far, how long, how far we have removed these 3 diseases of the mind. Attachment, detachment. 1, delusion. 2, someone was discussing with me, delusion, and I also discussed with the Maya with the measurement. And that measurement does not exist. Where my mind goes from moment to moment. Does it go to 2D, 6D, or 2L-CRP? You're there. You're there. So we are fired, can I say, we have an American phrase, are you fired? No, I don't have any fire in my house, so I'm not fired. So there is no fire. So we have an inner aspiration, intense desire for freedom from the mind. Ultimately, all that I explained can be summarized only in one phrase. I have an intense desire for freedom from the mind, not freedom for the mind. Do you see the difference? Freedom for the mind. What mind says attached, no, get attached. Then you are bound to suffer. No, I want a freedom from the mind. One question. when I would become free from the mind. That thought repeats in your mind regularly. One question: how to become free from this suffering? One question: what is preventing me? What is preventing me? The mind. One question: what I am doing to become the highest seeker at the time of the thinking and contemplation. One question: every karma is now a karma yoga. Every activity, my thought, my speech, my action. So I will not go in detail when I say karma to karma yoga. That is not the point of discussion today. So, but I just give you brief. Yoga means a state of mind, an attitude inside, an action that you do outside. It becomes karma yoga. Now I have a burden of teaching you, it's a lot of stress. So attitude inside and I'm teaching you. So it will not work. You have a reaction as an attitude in the mind, and honey says, oh, can you bring a cup of coffee? So with that reaction attitude in the mind, you are preparing a coffee. Karma yoga at every moment in life. At every moment. You have to apply. You have to apply. So in one phrase, so then the master says, what is this self-inquiry? Huh? What is this self-inquiry? Do you remember that you have a faith? Just even assume that you have a faith. Don't worry about it. You have those four powers of the intellect. You have those four types of intellect. You have been living your life. And that is why I asked you last week, what happened? Did you live into a status quo of the calmness and peace? Whenever the mind reacted, you understood it and you moved into the calmness and the peace. In that state of the intellect and the mind, Master is saying, in that state of the mind and the intellect, self-inquiry takes place. That is what we do on the Saturday's session. There it's a non-practice. So we are bringing them together. So here we lay a very strong foundation, and Saturday goes with that deeper state. So Master says, you are ready? Yes. So Master says, Atma Satyam Tadanyat Sarvamithyeti. So now I have to contemplate and reflect. What is that question? The real self alone is true, the rest are false. So should I stop living in my day-to-day life? Real self is pure consciousness, it is existence, consciousness, bliss. Should I stop living? Do I remember dispassion and discernment? Self-inquiry begins in that state of intellect, in that state of mind. Whatever you say, mind or intellect, now I can use the words together. That state of the mind and intellect clearly perceives what is real, what is unreal. The person is the highest level of a seeker, and the intellect lives in very higher level of extraordinary awareness that it does not allow the mind to bring any thought that causes the attachment and detachment. There is no delusion in that state. That intellect now sees the blueness of the sky, it is not true. The blueness is not there in the sky. My sense organ perceives the blueness, but my intellect knows it is not blue. Find out. Find out that state of awareness. So that awareness is inside. Water in the mirage, you see that? That intellect, four types, four powers, that perceives the real. Every time you see the sky, it is always blue. But I know it is not blue. I see in the mirage the water appears. I see the water, but it is not. Do you see the difference between the real and the unreal? Do you see? So it is internal awareness. It is the state of the mind filled with the real. So here one more point. So you see that we are going in a real journey. So when we say, okay, so we have done the fourfold practices, discernment. We are living in discernment and dispassion with those six treasures. Now we have a burning desire. Now we have a four types of intellect. We know it. We are using it in our day-to-day life. Come what may, you use the righteous intellect in your personal, professional, social life. Take one example. What happened? Your boss says you are crazy, but now you have to use the righteous intellect. How you should respond? Think of this. You are able to maintain that calmness. You are able to maintain that state of the calmness. In that state of the intellect, or you can say in that state of awareness inside, the way you see the blueness of the sky, which is not real, you also see what? Body is, I'm not the body. The mind that is obsessed and declares that I am the body is unreal. I am the body, that statement keeps the attachment, keeps the delusion inside, is unreal. No, you are saying that I'm not the body, then how I'm listening to you? I'm not saying that. Do you see the confusion comes? Do you see the confusion comes? No. It means, I'm the body, I'm listening through your ear, through my ears. That is a part of the body. No, I'm not saying that. So only that fade, or you can say that level of awareness will help us instantly recognize, discernment, real is here, unreal is here. And the moment this intellect settles in discernment of the real and unreal, you are already calm. You are already in peace, because real self manifests in peace and happiness. So we are bringing all these principles together, and all these principles results into what? Results into knowledge. Knowledge is awareness. Awareness is my experience. Let us start. Close your eyes. Work on this. Think of this. Eyes are closed, the body is steady, the mind is facing within. So we will continue this journey. Now we are combining all these principles to have more clarity where remains the mind is. And just, you can start with a quick, short, gentle breath focused on inside the rib cage in the space, and you are aware of. You are aware of mind looking into the space inside. Many ways of doing it now because the knowledge is clear, the intellect lives into that faith. So you are not at all quick, short, gentle breathing. You pick up any principle and it will take you deeper. Continue, quick, short, and gentle breathing. And drop the Shanto hum in the space inside the heart. Because the intellect and the mind is clear, you live at a higher level of awareness. So on one hand, the body is steady. You see the second point of awareness, the breath work. You are breathing quick, short, and gentle breath. But the mind is so calm, it just keep dropping Shantoham. So what is going to happen? It awakens you to the higher level of discernment, come what may the outer situations be. O mind, be at peace, this will also pass. Continue, continue. And stop it. Just for the sake of understanding, either you can do this. Now you can customize your own practice. Either you start with the breathing as we did it just now. So just understanding the body is the first layer. Body may have certain problems. It is an effect coming from the three diseases of the mind. So now, but we keep the body steady. Then the breath is the second layer. So I'm not going into Kundalini, but breath is the bridge between the body and the mind. You're angry, your breath rate goes fast, and that has an effect on the body. Mind looking at the space is the third layer. It's very important to prevent it from any sense of delusion. And then the intellect is saying Shantoham. So we have four layers. Why I'm saying this? You have already separated. You have done discernment. Or look deep inside. Keep looking deep inside the heart. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Or mantra can be a great power. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. May there be well-being for all. Now see, when you say well-being for all, love intellect, I talked about it. That mind does not remain that selfish, limited. When it is limited, faith is gone. Mind will return. See that. With that understanding, if you are doing Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. So one master says everything comes from that Shraddha, the faith. But we have already understood the entire process, entire mechanism. We have understood what is happening in the mind inside and how to give a direction. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu, meaning may there be peace for all. So first, do I have a faith that the peace is within me? How it comes? By discernment. No. Mind is still wandering somewhere else, and we are saying Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Now you understand that. What is the problem? Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. May there be peace for all. Do you see? Either you're doing the breathing, you are discerning you are understanding the four layers, and none of these layers is me. And the same way, ultimately it results into four types of intellect and four powers. Understanding. Contemplate and reflect this week. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, whole. One. I am one. So where there is a division, where there is a part, I cannot be. Is body in parts? Yes. I am not the body. Breath in parts? Yes. Mind in parts? Yes. Intellect is in part? Yes. Ego is in part? Yes. I am beyond all. That message is given by our masters, and that demands discernment, dispassion. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. And then the master combines all of them, well-being, peace, and wholeness, and that results into an auspicious. What is auspiciousness? Knowledge and awareness. Knowledge and peace, all the three are combined. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Intellect is living in these four powers and it is ready to think, speak, and act in the world. That is exactly living moment to moment. And now check that after doing these two steps, move the mind on the entire body from the top of the head to the toes. Check the level of comfort, the body sensation, comfort and steadiness is there. Look at the breath moving naturally. Now mind is not creating any problem. So that keeps the body in the state of sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Then the mind, mind desires, feels like moving within. Means what? Free from the three illnesses. And everything is done by the intellect. The intellect says, now I can go deeper. Deeper, I gave an example. The blueness of the sky continues to exist because of the sense organs. Sense organs cannot find the real self, but internally that knowledge tells me sky is not blue. In that state, when you do the nyasa, it becomes so deeper. Let us start breathing little deep, silent and slow. So the breath is the car, mind is the driver. You already know it. Pathway, space inside, and the intellect is saying Om Shanti. First in the right arm. Continue deep, silent, and slow breathe. Now the mind will not create any objection. Even if you are doing very deep, silent, and slow breathing and dropping Om Shanti, and if you are doing it regularly after a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months, depending on the level of seeking, what is going to happen? You'll be amazed. People will say it is a magic. It has nothing to do with the magic. Your breath rate per minute will go down to 2 or 3 breaths per minute. Because now mind is not objecting. The intellect is doing with the faith. What do you mean? 2 breaths in a minute? Yes. Even without doing lot of those Hatha Yoga breathing practices? Yes. You don't need that. Oh, so did I give you something new? Yes, it may happen 2 or 3 breaths a minute, but it will take time. In that state, your physical challenges like blood pressure, hypertension will also drop down. Now inside the left arm. Now see the faith is nothing but the knowledge and awareness. It regulates the mind. What the mind is, mind regulates the breath. So what it means by regulating the mind is not going anywhere. And that mind can result into decreasing the rate of the breath per minute. And you're not at all worried and concerned even if the body moves. Why? You already have a clarity. What is that clarity? I'm not the body. Little more understanding is required. Now move the mind inside the right leg. Your mind and the breath, they sync together and gives you an experience as if it gives you an experience, it gives you the knowledge that I'm too far from the body. The mind merges into the prana, that is how we explain, and the breath merges into the mind. Either way. But here the merging has taken place with understanding, with the four powers of the intellect. In Hatha Yoga, we do it by the body, and there are a lot of breathing practices. It will minimum it takes 10 years. Minimum. And now inside the left leg, moving the mind. Now you are 100% clear. Clear means what? Knowledge. Knowledge means what? Faith is there. Intellect has made a choice to hold on, continue. So mind is not going anywhere. And it begins an unusual experiences. Unusual means that you have never experienced before. What is that? No, first you experience, share the experiences with me, and then I will open. Now inside the spine, from the crown of the head to now doing nothing, looking at the triangle in the heart, moving the mind on a triangle, you already know it. And then Om singing takes your mind deep inside the heart, as if the mind merges. There you drop Shanti. And after that, you experience, you know, the mind has merged. At the highest level, this is what our Buddha says: emptiness and nothingness. But the knowledge will reveal in that state. We say it is real self. We go deeper and beyond that emptiness. When we find that now the mind is not going anywhere, not distracted at all, no problem. So we live into that state because the mind is pure and it is ready to stay there. Now, did you understand the meaning of the purity? Mind is only distracted because of the three diseases of the mind. So when you remove them, there is no reason to be distracted, and that mind is absorbed. Doing nothing, remain in that state. The time comes the mind realizes that real self is beyond the measurement that we have already understood. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside, know your experiences. Bring the hands down. How are you, David and Jerry?
Very good. meditation, I can only describe it as blissful awareness. And by the end of it, I realized how slow my breath was.
Good. Yeah, that's wonderful. How are you, Jerry?
Sir, I'm good. With the short, quick breath, and then the shantoham, I really was aware of the mind being so focused on that, the rhythm of the breath, and also dropping the shantoham, like it was totally consumed with that.
Beautiful. That's
so
good.
it's kind of interesting. But then the rest of it was just kind of easy.
Yeah.
That was that seemed like a lot of effort, and the rest of it seemed easy. So
Yeah, because you succeeded by dropping Shantoham during the quick and gentle breathing, and then the entire process became so smooth, so wonderful. How are you, Stephen and Sam?
I'm good. It was a quiet meditation. I did notice some thoughts popping in and out, but that's all they were. They just popped in and out. I gave it no merit. A good part of the meditation was in a very dark space within my heart. And it was as soon as you hit the first note of the Om Shanti, it was if I began this ascending out of my heart back up to my crown, and just pure brightness, just complete change from dark to light, but very calm and peaceful.
Very calm and peaceful. That's good. That's wonderful. How are you, Sam?
Good. My experience was similar to everyone else's so far, just very quiet, peaceful, and then it did change from a darkness during the survey sham to a much brighter brightness towards the end.
That's wonderful. So just to work on this, think of this. Everyone should contemplate on this four types of intellect, four powers, and ultimately we have a discernment and dispassion. Now, in that state, you are already in the state of meditation. How are you, Vaibhav?
So it was really good, very peaceful. It's like I'm into this space, and I am realizing if something is coming, not knowing what is that, and I can drop it that because I'm totally into like occupied into that space.
Yeah, wonderful. So don't worry that I don't have a beautiful experiences of colors and the visions and big animals and the plants. No, wait. they are they are the part of the objective reality. We are searching the subjective reality. That needs to be clearly kept in the mind. That is where the faith returns, and faith says, okay, now I understand. How are you, Brandy?
I'm good, thank you. My experience today was interesting. I like the word they used, unusual, because nothing was new in the lessons that you taught, except that I have a different understanding.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like just reapplying a lesson that we've had, but with a deeper sense of practice.
Yes.
So it was new, but it wasn't new, and
I could explain in a way that the knowledge and the understanding makes the mind and the intellect clear. And then it is very easy for us to be absorbed into the meditation.
I remembered the story you told during teacher training that about the guy that was learning music lessons, the one who already knew music was charged more because he had to unlearn.
Yeah. Unlearn. Yes. That is what yes. If you don't know anything, then okay, you can come down. That is the process of becoming a seeker. Yes. You rightly pointed out. Thank you. How are you, Ashok?
Good, sir. Nice and peace.
Nice and peace. Very good. How are you, Terry. How are you, Samir, in the meantime?
Sir, in the beginning, it was like that everything is moving inside me. All the thoughts, all the imaginations, and everything is going inside me. And after that, after a few moments, it was complete silence. Nothing was there, just your voice, and I was listening to that. That is
Good.
all.
Very good. So that is another good expression because the mind is moving inside. It is absorbing everything. So that is how many masters have explained these principles. Yes, Terry, no worries. I'm waiting.
Um, I feel like this is not. I don't want to say this because I don't like to say it, but this is true. I feel like something is attacking me, and
Something is attacking you.
I think that might be really stupid, but that's what I feel, and it's stopping me from uh, being able to. It's like keeping me. It doesn't want me to succeed.
Yes, and what is that? It is the mind.
Ah,
Nothing else but the mind.
yeah,
Are there two Terry? One Terry wants to succeed, another Terry does not want to succeed. It is the same mind.
huh.
I like her objections and questions. So you see, it is the same mind.
Yeah,
And when I am the mind, then I am attached. When I am attached, I am in delusion.
yeah.
When I'm in delusion, it is an imaginary I.
Thank you.
That is good. That is all for today. Thank you very much. We'll meet again on Thursday.
Thank you.
Thank you
Namaste,
so
everyone.
much.
Thank
Namaste.
you.
Everyone.
Namaste.
Thank you. Namaste.